Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I know so many of you over on TikTok have been blowing up the comments asking for this, so today we're finally doing some customer reviews analysis for it. But before we dive into that, be sure to check out this exclusive discount available for it. You'll find it in the description and in the first comment under this video. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
To get things started, let's hear from our first reviewer.
This reviewer initially had a frustrating experience, to say the least. The electric bicycle arrived on time and was relatively easy to assemble, about as straightforward as putting together any bike, according to this client. However, the back tire unfortunately blew out during inflation, before even reaching the recommended pressure. This reviewer immediately contacted customer service and was pleased with their quick responsiveness. Although the company offered to send a replacement tube, our reviewer felt stuck. Unfamiliar with tire repairs and without other transportation options, getting the bike to a shop posed a challenge. Having planned their week around using this e-bike, the setback was a major disappointment. After being stuck at home, this client felt let down. Fortunately, the story improves. The company demonstrated excellent customer service, proactively following up and ultimately reimbursing this client for the bike shop repair costs. Once the new tires were installed, the bike provided a smooth and enjoyable ride. This was our reviewer's first e-bike, which made it all the more exciting. The only caveat mentioned was a potential adjustment for riders accustomed to a specific style of trek bikes, as the pedal placement differed slightly, but our reviewer's husband didn't notice this. Ultimately, this client gives a strong recommendation. The reviewer praises the ease of assembly, the quick delivery, the price point, and most importantly, the very responsive customer service. Despite the initial hiccup, this client feels it's a comparable electric bike and doesn't have any complaints.
Fantastic. Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer purchased this electric bike because it looked great and was readily available. Initially, everything seemed fantastic for a couple of months. However, shortly after the standard return window closed, the bike completely stopped working. A reviewer contacted Amazon, only to be redirected to the manufacturer for warranty support. What followed was a frustrating 3-month ordeal of back-and-forth communication and troubleshooting. The manufacturer sent replacement parts, but these arrived late and ultimately failed to resolve the issue. After numerous delays and incorrect tracking information, it turned out those parts may have been defective. The manufacturer offered a small compensation and suggested resending the same parts, but the reviewer insisted on a replacement bike under the warranty. Finally, the manufacturer told them to contact Amazon for a refund or replacement, which brought them full circle. This client was extremely disappointed that Amazon didn't step in to resolve the issue, especially since the bike was in stock at Amazon's warehouse. Following the initial negative review, the head of customer service, Julia, contacted our reviewer. She informed them that the previous representative had been let go and offered her assistance. After explaining the situation and requesting a replacement, a new bike was shipped. The reviewer was impressed with Julia's helpfulness and expressed optimism that the issues were being addressed. After assembling the replacement bike and finding that it worked perfectly, the client updated their review to reflect complete satisfaction.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer absolutely loves this bike. They describe it as well-built, fast, and genuinely beautiful. It arrived mostly assembled, requiring only the attachment of the front wheel, handlebars, pedals, and headlight. Our reviewer highlighted many positives. They were impressed with its speed and sleek design. The gears shift smoothly and the brakes feel reliable. The controls are user-friendly and the overall weight is manageable for an electric bike. A great feature is that it's rideable even without the motor engaged. The battery life seems to live up to the advertised duration, and the tires are substantial enough to tackle off-road trails if needed. The reviewer felt it was an exceptional value. However, this client did mention a few initial drawbacks. The seat was too firm for a commuter-style bike, a situation later resolved with a replacement seat. The speedometer had some issues at first, seeming to cut out at speeds above a certain point, but eventually sorted itself out. Also, the included charger takes a while to fully replenish the battery from empty. Regarding top speed, this person mentioned that under full throttle with some pedal assistance, they reached a certain speed. While it can hit higher speeds under ideal conditions, like downhill with a tailwind, maintaining that speed during regular city commutes might not be realistic. Still, this wasn't a major issue. Overall, our reviewer is thrilled with this bike. They recently enjoyed a long trip to a local national park, a place they hadn't been able to visit for years due to not being able to drive. The bike easily handled the hills and they received several compliments along the way. This bike is a great buy as it feels well made and worth the cost.
If this video helped you out, give it a like and hit subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.